gotta get paid. Get paid. Said everybody gotta get paid. Get paid. Said everybody gotta get paid.
Gervonta Davis, Vasyl Lomachenko put on notice by King Ryan Garcia. I will break both of them. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, so Ryan Garcia was recently in an interview and he spoke about Gervonta Tank Davis and Vasyl Lomachenko. Basically, King Ryan said that he feels like he's going to break both Gervonta Tank Davis and Vasyl Lomachenko. He basically said he wants Vasyl Lomachenko after Tank, and he feels like Vasyl is in for a long night. Now, I just want to give my 2 cents on that. True or false? Is King Ryan dreaming? Let's get it. All right, so Ryan Garcia, man, he's a likable guy, you know, very popular on social media. Definitely trying to cement himself as the future of boxing, or, you know, at least one of the top names of this generation. And this Tank Davis fight, you know, it's a big fight for him. It's a big fight for Tank. Honestly, I don't know how big of a fight it is for Tank, to be honest with you. For Ryan Garcia, I think this is the biggest name and the biggest fight and the biggest opportunity he's had as a 135 pound fighter. But I think for Tank, it's just one of those fights to where he kind of has to take this fight because people have talked about it for so long, and Ryan Garcia has such a huge following when it comes to social media. You would be crazy to pass up the dollar amounts that would come with fights like this. Now, you know, everybody's got their opinion on who's going to win. You know, it's kind of towing the lines of race because, you know, Ryan Garcia is Hispanic, Gervonta Davis is black. There's already a rift there, so a lot of bad blood in this fight already. But when you think about Ryan Garcia, man, and his ability to beat Gervonta Davis, his speed, I think, is going to be his biggest factor. If he can get his speed, you know, to the point to where his foot speed and his hand speed are in sync, and he's using that along with length or distance, you know, to keep Gervonta away from him, pumping that jab out there, you know, he's going to have to pump that jab pretty much the whole fight. Then I think he could win on points. You know, there's a possibility he could pull it off on points. Now, him saying that he's going to break, you know, Gervonta Davis, you know, I think that's a dream, man. Because, you know, Mario Barrios, I think, is more of a refined Ryan Garcia. I think he does what Ryan Garcia does, you know, just a little bit better. He might not be as quick as Ryan as far as the hand speed goes, but, you know, they're very similar fighters. And if Gervonta Davis was able to make such light work of Mario Barrios, you know, a fighter who's already moved up, who's had a lot of experience, who pretty much does the same things that Ryan does, then I don't understand why people are giving Ryan Garcia such a big shot at winning this fight. You know, I think it's going to take a miracle for him to win this fight, but it's always a possibility. When you're a fighter and you stick to a game plan, you have more of a possibility of winning, as long as you can work the game plan, as long as your team came up with the correct game plan. But I think in this situation, the power of Gervonta Davis, the ring IQ, the poise, the positioning, the angles, and the anger of the car accident situation, I think it's fueling a fire that's going to burn the forest that's King Ryan straight to the ground. But, you know, it is what it is, man. King Ryan, I think, is in for a very long night. And, you know, it's dangerous for a fighter to be overlooking someone of Gervonta Davis's caliber. You're already looking to Vasyl Lomachenko, and a lot of people think that Gervonta Davis is better than Vasyl Lomachenko. So you got to wonder what King Ryan is thinking at this point. Now, even King Ryan versus Vasyl Lomachenko, I think, is a long shot. I think Vasyl has a lot of ring IQ. Vasyl is the king of angles. Vasyl has a lot of speed, so it's going to be hard for Ryan Garcia to catch up with him and hit him. Him breaking Vasyl Lomachenko, I think, is a super duper long shot. It's possible. We did see Teofimo Lopez have very good success against Vasyl, and then we saw a guy like George Kambosos be able to dominate Teofimo Lopez immediately after that. So you got to wonder, like, does Ryan Garcia actually have the tools to beat either one of these guys? His resume and his competition level really doesn't argue to his case that he's one of the best guys out here. I mean, he could possibly be. I haven't watched enough of him to even understand his style. I just know that in the last couple of fights of him that I have watched, I watched him get dropped in one of the fights. He did come back and beat the guy, but boy, oh boy, did he get dropped. So, when you know that somebody can get touched and get floored, and you got a puncher like Gervonta Davis, or even Vasyl Lomachenko, who had a pretty good knockout ratio until he took that loss to Teofimo Lopez. He was beating the crap out of a lot of people. You got to wonder, either one of those guys could end the career really of Ryan Garcia, because Gervonta Davis's power is devastating. If Ryan gets caught the right way, he's gonna go to sleep. We watched it too many times, and he hasn't been put to sleep just yet. So how does he react to getting knocked completely out is going to be the thing. A lot of guys get knocked out and don't come back the same fighter. So it would depend on, once again, how Gervonta Davis wins the fight. If Gervonta Davis just eked out a victory, 1 point, half a point, something like that, wins by points, then that's more than likely going to be a rematch in that fight. But the problem is, we won't get to see the rematch immediately. We'll probably end up, because of the Gervonta Davis court situation, not seeing a rematch until 2024. Then what happens to the Devin Haney fight? Because Haney said he's leaving in 2024. So, a lot of interesting stuff. When it comes to Vasyl, I think Vasyl got a bad rap after the T.O. fight. And I think Vasyl is a likable guy, tough guy, good boxer. And I think he's on a mission, man. He's on a mission. So if I was Ryan Garcia, if he loses to Gervonta Davis, Davis goes to jail, and then he tries to go and fight Vasyl Lomachenko, man, that might be the last fight you ever see Ryan Garcia here. He should stay away from Vasyl Lomachenko. Maybe go after Gary Russell, or somebody who's trying to make a comeback. Not Vasyl. I don't think Vasyl is in comeback mode anymore. I think he's in takeover mode again. But like I said before, if he fights Devin Haney, I don't see them allowing Vasyl to win. The powers that be allowing Vasyl to win, because he's last generation, and we're talking about the new generation. And the new generation, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, I think that's it for now. Y'all hit me up in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. More than likely get a response on the tube, so holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, hit my Gmail, flockofcards@gmail.com, and we are.
Niggas act hard, tryna make their lifestyle tougher. Go and get their head busted like a lifestyle rubber. And you might sound tougher if you was a little more like me. Ain't no telling where your whore might be on them Bill streets. Them niggas don't fuck around. Have your ass in the wheelchair, buckle down. Paralyzed from the belly button down. Riding through the park, showing off your hover round. Shit, young niggas don't play. Nigga like me come through with a K. Young Keys go bar for bar. The reason your favorite rappers in the armor car. I'm trying to conquer the ville and move on. Fuck stepping, I got my ass kicking shoes on. After that, I'm getting a new pair. Y'all remind me of a nigga that do her. chances are you're probably gay. Keys play too much is what you probably say. But hey, I just gotta be Mike, man. I'm grimy as the alleys at night, man. I'm about to get it poppin' like raggedy bike chains. Oh, let me catch my breath. You're about to catch your death from Young Keys, the freestyle emperor, pimpin' your chicken broad, then I'm slipping dick in her. This is for my cousin Wayne. Back in '98, some buster slayed him. July 25, 1981. Alright, mom's had a tube side. I survived, must have been a sign. Still